Happy Friday, my dears, and welcome to the final video of 2024. Just a short little speed build for you all today. And I just had it in my head. I wanted to build something that was modern, but you could use as a vacation rental in the snow. And I got inspired from Joe Suggs' Vlogmas. Him and Diane, his girlfriend, went away to, I think it was Lapland, I think it was in Norway. Or Finland, I can't remember. I think it might have been Finland actually. And they stayed in this little like snow pod. And I wanted to do something of my own, but I also was inspired by another, not a video, a photo of a tree house. And I was like, well, why don't we have a snow pod that's kind of raised up as a tree house? And that's what I've done here. But there is 3 of them. Each have got their own bedroom. It's kind of open plan, but I've separated it off using dividers and stuff. I'll show you that in just a second. And it's got a kitchen and a little living area with a fireplace. And then down on the ground floor level is the bathroom with a kind of like big bifold doors. You probably saw it in the little video tour in the beginning. And it's got a hot tub out on that part as well. This place also comes with 3 saunas as well, 3 separate saunas that are kind of separate to the snow pods. And they're down next to a cold plunge, I'm going to call it. I would imagine that's what they like dive into when they get out of the sauna. But yeah, that's what I've been and gone and done. Just a nice little speed build to finish it off. I was going to build something really festive. I was just like, do you know what? It's kind of like, it'd be nice to end on something that is kind of still winter based, but it's a little bit classy. So that's what I've been and gone and done today. Obviously, I'm using some custom content today because I wanted those vibes to come across perfectly. In the beginning, that was going to be the bathroom there, but I actually changed that out, and just because it just wasn't fitting into this whole area, I had to change a few things out here and there as the build progressed, especially when I went into player test a few things. For some reason, the Sims wouldn't walk through this door, and it was because of how close the fireplace and stuff was. And also the kitchen. So I actually had to extend the pods out just by 1 square a little bit more the further we went on. And yeah, I was very happy with the outcome of this. And I play tested it all. I'll get it up on the gallery for you. If you have got all of my custom content, I will leave my Google Doc link down below. Then you should have everything that these pods would suffice. I just think this would be a perfect place for your Sims to go away on a little winter vacation with friends or loved ones. I've made it apparent that these are kind of pods for 2 people really, so a romantic getaway. And I've also tried to make them as private as possible. You'll see how I go about doing that. I've used dividers here and there and don't put windows kind of overlooking the same, the next pod over and whatnot. But all in all, I was really pleased with how this came out. Yes, I was indeed. But this is it. I cannot believe 2025 on the channel is over. 2024. We're not in 2025 yet, but 2024 is over on the channel. I've had such a great time this year building, and I don't know, just playing around with a few different video types and stuff. And that's going to continue on next year without a doubt. I've got a few ideas for next year. I've kind of thought twice about streaming at the minute as well. I really wanted to come back streaming. I really did. But I've just got other things that are kind of taking up all of my time at the minute. One of them being D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of taken up like a big full evening a week. And I just haven't got the time at the minute. So I'm hoping next year that streaming will come back, even if it is, as I've planned in the beginning, just 1 day a week or 1 evening a week. Just hold out for me, and yeah, hopefully I'll make it happen. But yeah, so lots of cantilevered ledges. There's 2 balconies on the one on the front, one on the back, and the one on the front I put a fire pit out on each of them. Every single pod is exactly the same, by the way. So when you do hire these out, they're quite expensive to hire out, by the way. When you do hire these out, everything is coming as standard, and it's very luxury. These are kind of luxury sort of snow pods. Yeah, I would have loved to have had a bit of a glass ceiling over the bed and stuff, but I didn't really go about doing that. I kind of wish I did now, because I think that would be lovely. It would be covered in snow anyway, but I don't know, it would have been nice. And this is where I decided on putting the bathrooms down below. So using the palatial plank wood from Peacemaker as well. I'm unsure if that's on my Google Docs or not, but it is the palatial pink planks from from Peacemaker, sorry. I'm sure that they're called that. I could be wrong. If not, in fact, I'll just link them down below next to my Google Docs so you can get that into your game as well. But I've had these planks for ages. but I'm unsure if I've put them in my Google Docs, loves. And then I decided, you saw me putting it in those little dividers. That was for privacy, because you can see throughout the whole bottom. Like, you want to have your if you're in your hot tub, you don't want the next door neighbours peeking in and watching you in your smalls while you're in the hot tub, do you? But yeah, and it's accessed through that staircase as well that comes all the way down, and then you can walk through the bathroom into the back, which is nice. But I also opened out the dividers as well, so you can kind of escape through that way as well. Yeah, a few things had to change in this, because when I was player testing stuff, like, things were getting set on fire. It was just a bit of a mess, so I do have to move a few, only subtly, I have to move a few things around. And then this back balcony, I thought this would have been the perfect place for a sit down, have a hot cocoa while watching it over the view, because the view from this area was amazing, so I wanted to make that apparent as well. Here's me lifting the flaps down a little bit on the windows as well, just to make it look a little bit more igloo-esque, you could say. And what I'm going to be doing now is copying and pasting the pre-made pod that I've already done and just popping it over to the other one. So it's going to be a bit of back and forth. It's not the most exciting thing to look at, but you kind of get a feel of things. And how I separate the bedroom off was by using a wardrobe from Harry and from Hey Harry, and this from Hey Harry as well. This is the clean collection with the, I can't remember what that wardrobe came with. Maybe the brownstone, I'm unsure, but if you've got all of Harry's custom content, you should have it in your game, my darlings. And this divider as well was from Felix and Harry. This is the bathroom collection, and I just used that again just to separate off the kitchen and the living area from the bedroom. I did have to move in that the dresser as well, so I just really just pushed it into the wardrobe, and it just kind of looks like it's got smaller drawers, just because the Sims couldn't fit through there. And I was a bit worried about that as well. This kitchen all works. Small little mini fridge, a full oven, even managed to get a bin in here, but you can see how close everything is to this door. And I was just like, oh, I don't like that. And when I player tested it in game, I was just like, yeah, I'm getting that moved up forward. So by the bin there's going to be one more tile, and it just gives a bit more space in this area as well. I should have thought about that in the beginning. Using the fireplace from Harry's, but I cannot remember what pack that fireplace came with. I'm crap, I'm sorry. It's one of the new ones, but again, I had to extend out this anyway. But for such a small space, for such a small pod, we managed to squeeze in quite a bit, including a little dining area as well. And obviously little mini living area right next to the fire. But just imagine that space one tile wider. You'll see it in the video tour at the end anyway, and then you will know what I was going for. And then down below here, each of them had to differ slightly just because of where the trees and stuff were, and I was fencing in the trees. And so the hot tubs are on kind of different sides on each of them. But this is where the full bathroom is. So the bathroom's got a full bath next to a bifo door, and it's got a big shower, sink, toilet, all the bits and bobs that your bathroom needs, to be honest. But I don't know, just nice and classy this. I went with wood throughout this whole lot, apart from on the floor in the bathrooms, just so it's got a nice bit of tilage on the floor. And I'm just going to say that the floor's kind of heated as well. It's very bougie, and I would imagine food gets delivered here from like the base hotel or something. Do you know what I mean? They get sent to these places in a hamper, and yeah, by snowmobile. That's how they do it. And then at the front here, just really simple, I put a couple of hedges down and some picnic benches, just so there was an area for them to come and sit and even eat some food undercover, away from the snow, you know. And I just thought that was a nice little vibe. And then I was just like, oh, this is a little bit this is not private either, so I decided to use the dividers around here as well. So once again, it just separates off each of the pods from each other quite nicely, while still making it feel really open. And it really worked. I was very pleased. And then just in front of the pods, I was like, this is where I want to put the saunas, because it would be nice to have a kind of communal area where everybody could come together if they wish. They don't have to. I know I would not want to. That's one of my things on holiday. I'm just not a person who goes around making friends on holiday. I'm there to relax, love. I don't give a shit about your Labrador that's got... No, I do give a shit about your Labrador. That is the wrong terminology. I don't give a shit about your job. You know, I don't care where you're from. Absolutely not asked. I'm here to have a nice relaxing time. So, yeah, I went into a spiel then, didn't I? But this could be an area where you could come down. You could even just come down with your partner, your friends. And I put a fire pit out here as well, a big communal fire pit around this area too. But 3 separate saunas and a plunge pool, which I would imagine would be cold, but I do put a steam grate in it, just to give that feeling of it could be heated as well, you know? So the choice is yours, but in my head, I was thinking more along the lines of cold plunge pool after a sauna. But yeah. Does anybody do that? Does anybody do any cold plunging? I've heard the benefits of it. I've tried it before with wild swimming and stuff, and it's not that I don't like it. It just, I think it would take me a lot of getting used to. It really would. But yeah, free saunas. I even hang out some dressing gowns out the front here as well, and hang them just by the doors. And yeah, we put the nice big fire pit in the front of it. So they've got a lovely communal fire pit. I'm very much for it. Very much for it indeed. But again, using all of the same woods as well that the actual pods have got. I just wanted it to blend in with this landscape. And I kind of wanted them in this orientation as well. All kind of facing in towards each other. Just thought that was a nice little vibe. But I'm kind of glad that I went with non sort of festive build for the last build of the year, because I'm still going to be doing some winter builds and stuff, as of course winter is going to be progressing until at least bloody March now in the UK. So yeah, there you go. Ignore the steps in the front. I actually get rid of them, and I also get rid of the black fence as well. I decided on keeping the whole decking area just free of any boundaries, and it works. It really bloody works. Very much does indeed. But yeah, nothing more to kind of describe really, because you're going to see everything I've been talking about. But this is where the pool's going. I decided on doing a little pool over on this side, and it really worked. Didn't want to go for the stilted foundation, of course, because it doesn't work with pools, but we draw the pool in this area here, and I use Felix Sanders' pool colours as well, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz, and I think it works. I really like the look of it. When I was finished, I was happy with it, so that's the main thing. At least I'm happy with the final thing that I've built in The Sims 4 for 2025, and I'm leaving the game well alone for 2 weeks. I'm very much looking forward to having a break, and I just want to thank you all so much for allowing me to just take a little break and just, you know, decompress, because it's been a year, loves it. It's been a bloody year, hasn't it? So yeah, I'm just very thankful to have you lovely buggers in my community that allow me to do that. It is very much appreciated. But that is it, my loves. I'm going to leave you now. Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays. And I will see you all on the 7th of January when I make my return. Goodbye.